There's really nothing I can do at this point because no matter what I do, it will be twisted into something different by the people who hate me and talk about me and have more viewers than me. It took so long to get my Section 8. I had to be actively in therapy for over a year before I was approved. And then it took almost another year before I found the place that would let me in. Because other places, they had, they kept changing the price after they found out it was a Section 8, because a Section 8 is guaranteed money. And so we would apply at a good price that we could afford, and then the landlord would find out that it was guaranteed rent and raise it until it was a little bit higher than what we could afford. And so I lost out on a lot of apartments. I've been here for a year, it's my home. It's my home. And people are now spreading the lies that I'm squatting here. That I never actually had a Section 8. I just kind of walked into an empty apartment and took over. Somehow got the utilities on with no lease. Just somehow the apartment wasn't rented out. The police never came to make me leave, after a full year. The things they're saying doesn't even make sense. How could I have been squatting here for a full year with utilities in my name, with the police never coming to say anything to me about it, with the landlord never trying to rent out their unit to somebody else, never contacting me to let me know that it's not my place and I need to leave? Never anything. But still people are going to say, well, she doesn't really have an apartment, she's squatting. It was so hard to get this apartment. And even that is just, if I was to get a job, they would say I was lying about that. She doesn't really have a job, she just picked up a uniform at Goodwill. She's probably being a prostitute for the money. It's not possible for her to have a real job, though. Just like it's not possible for her home to actually be hers. Not when you're a piece of shit like Mary. When my own family is calling into these shows, agreeing with the hateful lies that are being spread. There's no further proof of how abusive my family is. Anybody who isn't like them would be able to see how nasty it is to spread lies like that about your family members, especially when they're sick and struggling. But they've lied about me my whole life. They've always said that, there's nothing wrong with Mary. She doesn't have any mental health issues. Nobody did anything. It's all just manipulation. It's not possible for my family to admit that I needed help when I was just a little kid, that they denied me. It's not possible for them to admit that my mental health issues are real, that the things that I've been through are real. They have to discredit me. They have to tear me down as far as possible to make sure that even if people hear me, they won't believe me. Where do you go when you know that nobody will ever believe you, no matter what it is that you're doing? I could go for a walk and say I'm going for a walk, and people would make videos saying she's not really going for a walk. Nothing I do matters. Nothing I do is solid or real. It can all be taken and torn down by people with more viewers, who are more believable simply because they have repeated over and over again that I'm a liar. I haven't lied. But nobody will ever believe that.